we're 10 minutes out. When people start filtering in. And hopefully I don't, like, my eyes don't get all jacked up on this. Like,
Yeah, that would suck.
be like, all right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna spend like 10 minutes poking at my fucking eyes. They're like, I don't know what is going on. Like, they'll seem like they're fine for a minute, and then I'll look a certain way, and I'm like, oh my god, it feels like I have glass in my eyes. And then, so I'll go in the bathroom and I'll futz with them, and then I'm like, oh, okay, they're fine. My contacts are fine. And then, yeah, 5 minutes later, I'm like, no, it's horrible again.
I've
I,
never worn contacts, and it just it's so scary to me.
yeah, my biggest issue, I guess, when I decided to start wearing contacts was that, like, I was always freaked out that, like, I'd be somewhere where my contacts would fall out and or
Oh,
something would happen to them, and then I'd be screwed, because it's really hard for, like, I can see,
yeah.
but driving is really difficult without my glasses. And I've gotten in situations where my contacts have gotten oh, it was an anime convention, actually. It was SakuraCon.
Goodness.
Yeah, SakuraCon.
And there are like
And
a lot of people there
hmm
too.
yeah, and I spent all of SakuraCon like 2 years ago. I was in this cosplay as Nana from uh from Nana, and my contacts got fucked up, and I could not see anything at the convention. And I was just like, I remember being in Artist Alley and having to get like right up at the. I was like, I can't see. I'm not being weird. I just literally cannot see what's going on.
That's how I
Um,
feel when I go to like to the movies and I forget my glasses and I'm just squinting the entire time.
yep, yep. That's kind of, yeah. Oh God, going to the movies without your glasses would be
Oh,
horrible.
it's the worst.
Yeah, no thanks. Um,
I went to a play without my glasses once at the high school that I graduated from. I went to a play there and it was awful. I could not see.
yeah, that's oh, here's Red Mage and oh, Law 908. I don't know how to say that. Yes, it was so fun. I didn't sleep for 24 hours though. Holy cow. That
Wow.
sounds awful. Did you see yesterday's stream, Andromeda? It was good.
Uh,
It was popping.
y- I am excited about that. I watched yesterday's stream after we scheduled this and I was like, bro.
Yeah, it was good. I had a lot of fun with Rev.
Yeah, it made me I don't know, when I watch these streams I get excited because I was like, I'm going to be here.
Nice. Yeah, I'm really excited that, yeah, sorry it like took a second. There's like a few different
That's
people
fine.
that I'm like trying to juggle getting scheduled in, and I thought you were taken care of, and then I like was looking back through my chats and I was like, I don't think. But then some people, their Discord name isn't the same as their Twitch name, which also isn't the same as the name they want to be portrayed as. So I'm getting people confused too. And that was the other thing. I was like, did I get
Yeah.
someone confused because everyone's got different handles?
My Discord name has been the exact same for like a year and I have never changed it. But then my friend said, "Well, you should like change it to your to your like your nickname because not a whole lot of people that you message on Discord know you as Andromeda because they I you're like the only business related business in quotes
Yeah.
related thing where I've gone by that name, so I changed it and was like, you know what, that's fine. And then you messaged me like the day after and was like, hey, what was your username again? And I was like, frick.
That's a good though. It's one of my pet peeves when people have a lot of different, like, I get why it, like, I get it, but like when people have a lot of different, they don't centralize on one username, but they're like an artist or they do stuff in the community because I can't find them, like I'll try to find
Yeah.
them and they're like, oh, I'm like Twisty Candy on Twitter, but then on Instagram, I'm like Bees Like Hives. And I'm like, well, how the like, how am I supposed to find
These like
you?
hi,
My
bro.
Discord changed because apparently someone else had it. Oh,
Hi McDoberts, I love you.
McDoberts. Who's McDoberts?
That's one of my friends.
Aw.
I love him.
Oh, hello, we're live. We are live, Toon Toosh. Um, okay. Aw. Yeah, we've yeah, it's gonna be my issue was that now that I'm older, I'm still hanging on to some old accounts that I had, and as
Oh yeah.
it's there's something not very professional sometimes about being like, I don't know why I didn't set up a new Skype account because I have a Skype, and at some point I started giving out my current Skype to business partners, and it's a personal Skype. I don't know why I didn't think to just make a new one, but like my Skype name is something like, I think it's still Miss Mess, and because that was my screen name for a long time, and I just it's always like, ugh, they're probably like, what the fuck? Like I'm like, Cassie, what? Come on,
Oh
like,
my god, my Skype name is literally gold when it comes to making fun of Skype names because it was when I was 13 and I liked Minecraft YouTube videos. I watched them every day and I had a crush on this Minecraft YouTuber named Captain Sparkles and it was absolutely disgusting and my Skype name was Jordan's Cupcake and that was
oh
oh god, it's
no.
still like that to this day. I just
Oh.
don't use it.
Oh, yeah, that's I had one for a while. I had a username I was using for a while that I didn't think was as questionable as it ended up being to other people because I used to be when I was like 17, 18, I was really, really into mindless self-indulgence.
Oh, I
And
see.
yeah, and so my username for a while, when I did certain things was Little Miss Piss. And it was because it was
Ah!
yeah, it was from a song that I really liked, and then I didn't realize people were like, "That's weird. What does that mean?" I'm like, "Oh, it's just from a song." And they're like, does it?" And so it was super awkward. And they're like, "What is that's gross." And then straight my Gmail is straight to video. And again, it was an MSI song, but people are like, now I give it out for things because it's kind of like my spam account at this point, and people are like straight to video, like, is that like a weird like porn thing? Or I was like, wait, what? No, I'm like, it's no, it's just like straight to oh god. And so I was
I would
like,
never I would never hear the word "straight to video" as someone's spam name and immediately think, "Is that a porn
yeah,
thing?"
I didn't think about it. I always thought like straight to video being like something that's
Straight to
yeah,
video.
that's like not high class, right? Something a straight to
Yeah.
video movie is, something that doesn't hit the theaters because it kind of sucks. But yeah, it's made me rethink. Now I have like the first name dot last name Gmail that I give out to my kids' teachers and stuff. I'm like, I don't want you
See,
to.
I've tried to keep my email to first last name, so that's
That's
yeah, I'm lucky that I have never had an email. I have had an email that I made when I was, like, 9, which was just like a Pinkie Pie, My Little Pony themed email. Uh, I still use it sometimes for, like, throwaways.
oh, they have a cool personal Jesus cover. Yeah, Toon Touche. So I liked MSI a lot when I was younger. They've definitely changed a lot since then, and like I don't really listen to him too much anymore, but I do go back and listen to Frankenstein Girls when I'm feeling squirrely. Um,
Ooh.
it's a good album. Like I lost a whole summer to this shit. I would die for Lindsay, and that's the T. That's funny. It didn't Lindsay got married to the guy from like My Chem or something like that, like one of those
Oh, really?
bigger. Yeah, I remember
'Cause
hearing
I
about
I don't
that.
know I don't know much about mindless self-indulgence, but I do know a little bit about My Chem. I always heard about My Chemical Romance in passing because everyone I knew was into it, including some of my current friends, and I just never I've heard, like, a couple songs, but I just haven't gotten into it
I
yet.
never got into My Chem. I know everyone's like, "Wah!" right now because they're doing something,
Yeah.
but I luckily don't give a shit because I never really listened to My Chem, and I'm actually really glad I don't give a shit because I can only imagine how expensive those tickets are, and how much people
Yeah.
are trying to get into that right now. And I'm like, sweet, I don't care. So I'm saving being disappointed when I can't afford them.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll support you in passing, but not me.
right? Yeah, I have a lot of stuff I'm going to this summer, but not that. Does anyone have a pester chum? Is there a real
Dude,
pester chum?
Yeah, yeah, I haven't had it downloaded in, I think, about 2 years, but I used to use it, and I would, like, set up my OC's, like, handles and their quirks because it has, like, an automatic input and,
Oh,
like,
what? That's
the typing
cute.
quirk.
I didn't
Yeah,
know that was
it's
a real
really cute.
thing.
It's got all these, like, themes on it where you can make it look like Pesterchum, you can make it look like Trollian as well. It's kinda
That's
cool.
super cute. Oh, I
Yeah, I've
love.
been meaning to go back and re-download it since I've gotten back into Homestuck very
Yeah,
recently.
I wonder how active it is anymore.
Yeah, I actually have been wondering about that as well because Homestuck is having like a huge comeback right now. So I think that there's a possibility it's more active now than it would be like say a couple months ago. But
Oh, sure.
um, I do wonder. I have wanted to go back and look.
Nice. You should. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go grab some coffee really quick. We have just like we'll probably get started here in just a sec. I'm just gonna get a fresh cup and then we will go into it. One sec.
Okay. Epic comments be like. So when you were a young boy, your dad wouldn't take you into the city. Uh, my dad would take me into the city, but not to see a marching band. My dad's weird because like my dad has like this big weird love for ICP, which is like the weirdest band that you could be born into a family that enjoys. Been kind of wild.
Okay.
Hi
Cool.
Nat.
Like. Okay, so yeah, yesterday we had Rev on the show. For anyone who missed that, we have you can take a look at the video. It was pretty poppin'. It was really fun. Yeah, we didn't get through. I think it was the most visitors we ever had to the chat and the least reading I've ever done. It was because it was like it really was just ended up being a lot of fun with Rev. And it was great though, and everyone was apparently very much not surprised that that's kind of how it went down. Uh, but yeah, he was a blast. So I really appreciate everybody who suggested having him. Today, we are lucky to
So
have
cool.
Andromeda on. Andromeda, if you want to give us a little intro to like your history with Homestuck and like how long you've been reading it or, and what you've done in like as far as fan content for the community and yeah, anything you want to
Oh
share.
man. The first time I ever heard about Homestuck, I was like 11 and I was in the 6th grade and my friend who was like big into like art, I think he was a furry as well at the time and he just comes up to me in class and is just like go read this webcomic. Don't tell your parents about it. Just read it. And I did. And I didn't read like a whole lot. I actually didn't get into it until like a couple years later when I was in 8th grade and then I got like super hardcore into it and I was into it for like 2 or 3 years and that's when I started when I was like a sophomore, I started voice acting for Terezi. My first voice acting project for Terezi was it was this like very amateur Cards Against Humanity, playing Cards Against Humanity as the characters, and it was kind of epic. And uh, I had never like thought that I was a good Terezi until somebody in that group told me that it was really good, and I was like, oh, I thought this was just me doing the voice as best as I could. Very interesting. And ever since then, I've kind of been very proud of it. There are some characters I'm not as proud of, like my Feferi and my Terezi. I've been told are really good, so I have a lot of confidence in them because I get a lot of good feedback. But my Nepeta is very hard. Like it's very hard, and I have to make sure I channel all my energy into it in the moment. So because if I don't, it's not as good. That's why I didn't like when I advertised it in your emails. I was like, my Nepeta isn't great, but it's decent. It's there. Um, I've been in multiple Homestuck groups for a while. I've been auditioning for a lot. There were some I didn't make it into, which was really sad. There was like one that I really wanted to get into. It was like a Disney stuck music related thing. I was like, that is epic. Let me in there. And I didn't make it into that. I don't know if they ever even announced winners for that. I think they kind of gave up. But yeah, I've been in a lot of Homestuck projects, but this is like the first one that's like got like direct ties um to anything that's big in the community, which is kind of epic.
It is, yeah. I'm really happy you're here. This has been like having voice actors on the show has been so fun for me because like I don't do voice
Yeah.
acting fucking clearly. So it's been it's been like the closest thing to voice acting I do is reading bedtime stories to my son.
Yeah, it does definitely spice up when you're, like, reading things, like, when I was playing Pester Quest with my friends for the first time, and when I was going through it, I was so much more into it because some of my friends and I were, like, voice acting the characters as we went, and it felt really
That's
fun, it was
awesome.
really cool.
That's good. Well, I'm super glad to have you here. And anybody who this is their first time here, my name is Cassie. I work at For Fans by Fans. We're an official licensee of What Pumpkin. I've worked really closely with the What Pumpkin team for the last almost 5 years. We'll be 5 years in May. And I'm doing a blind read through of, or you could say a Terezi read through, I
Bring
guess
the
as I'm
back.
learning, of uh, Homestuck. What is that thing that we're reading? Yes, Homestuck. I know a lot of auxiliary information about Homestuck. You know, like I read Hive Swap. I played Hive Swap. I don't know the accurate vernacular for that, but yeah, I read Hive Swap. I read a couple of the Friend Sim arcs, but I kind of fell off the wagon. I haven't done any Pester Quest, which is okay because I've heard that really you should read Hive Homestuck first.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, because they're like otherwise you're gonna get spoiled, and also it won't be as fun to read if you don't know the characters.
Yeah.
Um, Pronouns. What are your pronouns, drummer?
My pronouns are she, her. I am cis.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good. That's actually good. I need to remember to ask people that. That is something
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
getting
good idea
used
too.
to.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I do like Don't Tell Your Mom About Homestuck. I put that on my notes because that is hilarious to me. Like, this is this thing called Homestuck. Do not tell your mom about it. um, I channel everything into Gam and Tab because their voices are the hardest. But Gam, though, is a special one when I must full body vibe, I guess. Um, I was in a Skype Alternia's Got Talent thing fucking years
That
ago.
is so cool.
Did one Fairy cover and then it soon died.
Bro, I remember doing a Fairy audition for the Disney Stuck thing. I didn't make it into this, but I did a Fairy audition in my Fairy voice singing that song from Moana I can't remember the name of right now.
Oh, the
But
one with
it's
the water. God, what is that
yeah,
song?
it calls me that way,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I that was actually very fun, but
I feel
yeah,
like when that song came out, it was like Disney was like, "Oh, Let It Go did really good, so we need to do another Let It Go." Like I felt
I
like that's
agree.
what that was, and then it wasn't a Let It Go. I feel like a Let It Go is like such a
Yeah,
anomaly, right? You can't do that
you
again.
can't match up with that.
Yeah.
Just like you can't match up with "Make a Man Out of You."
Right. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, there's certain ones that just kind of they just work. But that when that Moana song came out, I was like, I know what you guys are doing. You can't just do it again. Bro, I did a parody of Megan Trainor's No.
Oh my god, that's so
Send it to you.
good song for Fairy.
Um, so hopefully we'll get to a Terezi part. People are saying that I think we're coming up on one soon.
Yeah, I saw
So
that in the
that would
chat.
be rad.
Yeah, mega rad.
And so yeah, where we left off yesterday through like the all 30 pages we got through or something. Um, we're on Alternia, I assume. And we have met Gamzee finally. And we
Oh
have
yes.
Gamzee and Karkat were talking. Gamzee, from what I understand, is a real fucking weirdo. But he
Oh
seems
yeah.
precious in his own regard. He seems at least wholesome, kind of. I can't tell yet if he's like. I can't tell if he's like a character I'm gonna like or that I'm gonna be ambivalent. Like he just seems like he's in his own world right now. I can't tell like what his motivations are other than just like
Okay.
being chill.
Yeah,
Um,
these are all like very common reactions when you first meet Gemzy. So
you're like, who is this
I
guy?
love I there's a lot of controversy as to whether or not people love Gamzee, and I'm just gonna say for the people that know, I like him as I like him.
That's good. I'm glad that it seems like, yeah, I can't tell. I don't think there's a character like I don't like yet, which is a good sign. There's definitely ones I like.
Yeah.
Who, I guess while we're on that subject before we get started, who is your favorite kid and your favorite troll?
Oh man, my favorite kid. Um, I'm guessing you mean only out of the betas, which
Yeah, the
is
ones
like
we've
the
met
four.
so far. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
say.
Out of the betas, I think my favorite is. I can't choose between Dave or John. I think it's Dave. I think I really just love Dave. And for the trolls, I think I'm gonna go with Terezi or Sullix. They're kind of tied. I love Sullix with all of my heart. He's like my
Aw,
wallpaper.
cute. I met Solix very briefly so far, but I haven't got a good read on him yet. He's the one that's like the IT professional guy, right?
Yeah, yeah, kind of like that. That's actually a very good description for it. I've never. Yeah, he likes. Yeah,
Yeah,
super
that's
awesome.
that's kind of I think how people have described him because as we meet people, I'm like, okay, tell me who this person is because otherwise I'm gonna do their voice all wrong. Keelan has to
Yeah,
talk
true.
about Solix at least once in every VC.
Calling me out, huh?
Oh, okay. Well, bleh. So the way we've been doing this, that's actually I like this kind of new way to do it is, um, if since you were the guest on the show, I would love it if you would read the narration, and then when we get to the the pastor pastor log,
Pister legs, yeah.
pastor logs. I was like, wait, is that right? That we just kind
Yeah.
of fly by the seat of our pants, and we just choose characters as we feel like doing them.
Okay.
Super casual. So if you do, you have the page that we left off on.
Um, I can watch a stream, but I think I'm gonna.
It's 2026.
Okay, awesome. Let
Yeah,
me
if you
get
want to
that
pull
open real
that up.
quick. Homestuck.com. You said it was page.
2026, 2026.
Awesome.
Yeah. Your computer's just like 404 blocked.
If that happened, I would be very sad. There we
Don't you
go.
remember you blocked yourself from Homestuck 2 years ago to prevent this again?
True. Okay, this code, when executed, immediately causes the user's computer to explode and places a curse on the user forever, along with everyone he knows and everyone he'll ever meet. Not surprisingly, later on you would run this code in a fit of stupidity. You don't know how he does stuff like this. What does this even mean? It's nonsense. Is it even syntactically viable? Are you allowed to color text like that? Arg! Maybe you should ask him about it sometime. Oh, speak of the devil. Here he is bugging you about something. Time to put on your game face and pretend you don't think very highly of his abilities. Our
Cute.
cat answer troll.
Kirkat and
Oh,
T
this is my favorite
TA is
pester log.
nice. Is this T? Oh, TA. That's Solix,
Solix,
right?
yes.
I need to
Yes,
write
I love him.
T. Oh, I already put that up there. Okay. Yes. Do you want to do Solix? I assume.
Yeah, sure. I
After all
channeling
this
my
Solix talk, your lisp.
lisp. KK, don't flip your shit about this, but I'm setting you up to play a game with some people.
Why would I flip my shit about that?
Because you flip your shit about everything.
Well, will you look at this? Here is my shit, and yet it remains unflipped, just sitting there on the skillet getting burned on one side. It's a miracle.
Oh no, are you into miracles now too? Because if you are, you're fired preemptively from the game.
Fuck no.
Okay, nice.
Miracles are like poop stains on God's underwear.
Making fun of people's religions is the best thing to do.
That's why he hides them. They're fucking embarrassing. God launders in mysterious ways.
Right on, but let's shut our mouths for a second and talk about this game. It'll only be a second, really. You don't have to do too much.
Okay, good, because I'm pretty busy tonight. What is this thing anyway? Why all this secrecy?
Well, the short story is that it's an immersive simulation play with a group. The long story is that the fate of our civilization depends on us playing it. Heh, I guess the long one was shorter than the short one. Fuck.
That sounds like melodramatic bullshit, but coming from you, color me
Oh,
unsurprised.
Discord? Did Discord
Oh,
die? This is so
what? No!
uncool.
Wait, can you not hear me? Hello? Hello? Is it me you're looking for? Can the stream hear? Because I can hear. I heard heard just fine.
Kind of epic
Oh,
Discord, not cool.
Discord, no. Can you guys,
So
can you hear me?
yeah, I can now. I can now.
Okay, you can hear
Discord
me.
has been doing that a lot lately. I don't know how to fix it.
Hold on, people are. Oh, okay, now people can hear. Okay, it like did a weird hiccup. Okay,
Oh.
so everyone can hear. Caitlin lives. You
Oh,
really use
yeah.
light mode. I am sorry. I know it's so my shame. Okay, so I had the gray one on for a really long time, and I used Discord all day at work, and so I just got tired of looking at it, and so I was like, "Ooh, what's light mode?" And it feels so fancy. It's like I'm using the Apple version of Discord. It's so
Ah!
bright. But yeah, it's I don't know. Shut up. Whatever. Okay, let's pick that back up wherever you left off.
It was under yeah. Screw you, Vantis. This shit's more real than Kraft grub sauce.
Where? Oh, there we are. Right. Okay. So you made this game.
No, more like I adapted it.
From what?
Some crazy technology AA dug out of some ruins. Haven't you talked to her about it?
Man, no. I can't talk to her. She's so spooky. I don't know why most of our friends are such psychos.
Probably it's because most trolls are. If you heard what I heard every night, I mean, wow, fuck.
No, let's not talk about your weird mutant brain. And don't scan mine or whatever. It's off limits, you douche.
I told you like a billion times, I can't do that, you nub slurping fuckpod.
Why are you two up to this secret stuff? Why haven't you told me anything about this?
KK, I'm sorry, but really, it's kind of a private matter between me and her, and I'd appreciate it if that was respected.
Oh God, stop being so sensitive. It's a repugnant quality.
Okay, how about you take your own advice? You are such a blubbering hypocrite. You're lucky I'm so fucking magnanimous and charitable because otherwise, there's no chance I'd waste my time on you.
What a load of shit. This act, you actually think you're a hotshot? You know you hate yourself.
Nobody hates himself more than you, idiot.
Yeah, well, I hate you way more than I hate myself, and that's fucking saying something. In fact, I hate you more than I hate myself, and you hate yourself, and wait, I hate you more than I hate myself, and you hate yourself, and you hate me combined.
Oh, fuck that noise and every leaking orifice it's got. You know I hate the combined product of you and myself more than you could ever begin to hate me and myself, and you and you and yourself on your worst day. So fucking deal with it.
Okay, time out for the idiot. The idiot gets a timeout and shuts up for a second. That's you. Just tell me what to do about this game.
Okay, well, I'll send you a download soon. I'm setting up two teams, like two separate competing teams so that there's a better chance of at least one group winning. And also, I guess to see which one can win faster.
Okay, let me guess. There's a red team and a blue team. Am I right?
Yeah, you're on the red team. I will be the leader of the blue.
Okay, then I guess I can pick my teammates then.
Bro, you're not the red team leader. I picked GC for that.
What?
Dude, I did not think you'd be interested in this. Don't act all offended.
Oh, wow, now I see. Really fucking clever, picking the blind girl to lead the team you're competing with. I knew you were a cheater, lowlife fucking scumbag with no scruples or self-esteem. And were basically worthless on every level, but somehow I'm still disappointed in you.
Yeah, I'm such an idiot for not rewarding your bubbly personality and impeccable people skills with a leadership gig. What an inconsiderate, knuckle sponged asshole I have been.
I am a hatched leader, and you know it.
I know your filthy seed flap is fluttering in the profane breeze that is shooting out your stinking meal tunnel. I do know that much.
How do you get out of your cocoon in the morning knowing you're the worst thing a universe was ever responsible for? Also, it must be hard with your hands to persistently bothering every mutated set of genitals peppering that ghastly husk you pawn off as a body. Has a female ever looked at you without once turning skyward and erupting like a vomit volcano? Answer me that.
This is so immature. I'm basically just laughing here at how immature you are. Like, I really give a fuck who the red leader is. You want to be the leader? Fine. Talk to GC about it.
I guess these conversations we have do get kind of embarrassing in retrospect. Are we not friends anymore because of stuff I said?
You literally ask me that every time. Are you joking? I can't even tell anymore.
It's a joke, moron. Honestly, I'm just glad nobody else is privy to our conversations. Actually, why don't we make a pact to delete this one from our logs? I'm just shuddering here scrolling up and reading this.
Yeah, okay. It's funny, it's very ironic that Karkat would ask him if a woman has ever looked in his direction, considering Sullix gets like a lot of bitches. Like he
Really?
respects women.
Aw, Solix. Aw, good guy Solix. I assume
Okay.
that Carcat's not swimming in bitches. Oh, speaking of which, I saw that the first like 10 minutes of that Velocipaster movie, and it was apparently the rest of the movie was pretty trash, but there was this one part at the beginning. There's like this prostitute, and she's walking down, and she like her pimp comes up and he smacks her, and he's like, what does he say? He's like, she's like, oh, merman. And he's like, why do they call me merman? And he's like, tell me, bitch. And she's like, because you're swimming in bitches. And he's like, that's fucking right.
I'm stealing that. That is mine now. I'm stealing that.
I was like,
God.
okay, best part of the movie. We're done here. That was like
You
all
don't
I
even
got
need
from
to
that.
see the rest. That's the best scene.
Because you're swimming in
God.
bitches. He's fucking right. I feel like there's like a
God.
fairy joke in there somewhere, but I don't know enough about
Oh,
Homestuck.
definitely. Oh, you could make so many.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds like someone downstairs is getting pretty crabby. This is not an encounter you were looking forward to. You'll probably put it off as long as you can manage.
Oh, that's a
Pretty
cool.
windows.
Yeah.
I love the art in this so much.
Oh, this is. Oh, here we are. Your girl. Your
Barbara!
girl.
Why, who's this young lady?
Oh, Terezi.
Enter name. Your name is Terezi Pyrope. You are pretty enthusiastic about dragons, but you have a particular affection for their colorful scales, which you gather and use to decorate your hive. Though you live alone, deep in the woods, you surround yourself with a variety of plushy pals known as scalemates. You often spend your days with them in rounds of live action role playing. You used to engage in various forms of more extreme role playing with some of your other friends before you had an accident. You take an interest in justice, holding particular fascination for orchestrating the demise of the wicked. You have taken up study of brutal Alternian law and surround yourself with legal books. You have no need for copies printed in Troll Braille. Holy shit, there's Troll Braille. Because you can smell and taste the words. You hope one day to join the honorable ranks of the legislators. Your troll tag is Gallus Calibrator, and you speak with and you speak with the numerals the blind prophets once used.
I'm
You're
so glad
presently
that this lined up properly
I
for you.
know. I was like, it almost feels planned. It's kind of whack. Um,
Nice.
you're presently the leader of the red team, poised to being a mysterious game with 5 other friends in direct competition with another 6 of your friends comprising the blue team. What will you do? Terezi, cut to the chase and begin LARPing immediately. God, I love her so much. Um, it's pretty hard to live action roleplay when there is no one who is alive nearby, but all of your scalemates are alive to you. At least you pretend to believe that to annoy people. You prepare a new campaign for one of your favorite scenarios, court block drama. His honorable tyranny presides. Proceeds? I don't know if that. Yeah, I think that's presides. On trial is an especially detestable fellow, Senator Lemon Snout. You have sparred with this scumbag before. Tonight he faces justice. You will play the role of the prosecuting attorney. On Alternia, there is no such thing as a defense attorney or a defense. In a court block, the word defense itself is offensive. Terezi, interrogate.
Oh.
She's so baby.
Oh.
Let me make sure. Yes, okay, I'm synced up. Most of the interrogation is in the intimidating silence. Terezi, slap him around a bit.
Oh
I like that
no.
tiny slap.
Slap. Gentle. Oh.
You don't want to slap too hard. Enough to sting, but not to bruise. It must be methodical, businesslike, and persistent. You only stop when you smell tears.
Oh, lemon snout.
she Mr. Senator, you smell very nice. Your luscious yellow scales are like the sweetest gumdrops to the prosecution's nose. But your deceit stinks. Did you honestly think that you could dip your corpulent snout into the imperial beetle coffers like that and get away with it? Did you think your revolting abuse of the public trust would go unnoticed? Think again, good senator. While the prosecution may be blind, rest assured the League of Legislators sees all.
Why are there two options?
Yeah,
Oh my God, this one
um
skips forward to 7230. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna open this in a new. What is this? The Terezi password? Enter password, password hint. If you don't know the password yet, it means you're not supposed to, dummy. Go back. Aw. I'm
I
not a
love that.
dummy.
It's so good.
Aw.
Um, Terezi, call a witness, since I guess that's our only
Yep.
option. Um, oh, well played, Lemon Snout. Well played. The prosecution's key witness murdered. How convenient. The court block has little choice but to acknowledge your cunning. You have earned just a teensy sliver of your respect back. For now. But wait. Shocking development.
Aw.
Oh my, what have we here?
Is she supposed to kind of like parody a little bit the Daredevil?
I actually didn't think about that until someone brought it up to me, and I think that it is a very big parallel. And I don't know if it was intentional or just a coincidence, but it's very large.
Okay, because I was like blind and legal, and like she's like like a
Yeah,
lawyer. I'm like, this must be kind of a yeah.
I adore her so much. She gives like this nice spin on it too, where she's kind of like really weird. I just
She is really weird because
um
justice is blind. Cute.
true, that's true. The prosecution begs your pardon, dear Senator, but you appear to have dropped something. A personal satchel, perhaps. Chock full of illicit, embezzled beetles, with which you have the unmitigated cheek to waltz before his tyranny, concealed beneath your ill gotten finery. The prosecution requests a short recess from his honorable tyranny so that all law abiding and mother grub fearing citizens may go outside and puke.
No.
Teresi sentenced the criminal. Oh, this is she be flipping coins though. As the prosecutor, it is your job to reach a final verdict and sentence the reprehensible felon, while his tyranny watches in silence and submits grim approval. But you take pity on this miserable bureaucrat. I think that's how you
Hmm.
pronounce that. I'm bad.
No, you're right.
You are feeling merciful. You will give him a fighting chance. You will flip a double-headed troll. That's a word.
Is it
That is a
Sagar?
word. Yeah, I think so.
Like Caesar,
Sagar.
but I bet it is Sagar because it kind of looks like
Yeah.
Caesar.
Yeah. To decide his fate. You do this quite often when making important decisions, kind of like Batman's nemesis Two-Face, or that guy from No Country for Old Men. It turns out there are lots of badasses out there flipping coins, but those are Earth things and you've never heard of them. It's safe to say you borrowed this gimmick from one of the many, many troll things out there that's got hard-boiled dudes flipping coins for major stakes. You base the habit on whichever one smells the most badass. Terezi, flip.
Oh, that's a good gif. I like that.
I love that in a majority of like the Homestuck comics, they just use like still images that aren't drawn at all. It just makes me very happy.
Yeah.
The coin tumbles through the air. Lemon Snout is sweating bullets. Heads. A favorable flip. The senator exhales in relief.
These frames are so good.
I agree. But what are you so happy about, Mr. Lemon Snout? He looks a bit confused. He quivers his lowly proboscis at the coin. Proboscis?
I think
Proboscis?
it's
I don't know.
proboscis.
Uh,
That's what I've always had in my name.
yeah. Heck yeah. See, the coin has exonerated him. Coin? What coin? Surely you jest, Mr. Senator. The prosecution sees no coin.
That's a great frame.
She's blind, remember?
Oh, oh, Terezi, what are you doing?
I
Oh
just
no, lemon snout. She's like judge, jury, and executioner. Oh, buddies.
Terezi adjourn. If I'm ever going too fast, I'm
No,
sorry.
you are perfect.
Okay, epic. Another triumph for justice. The court block is adjourned. You offer final salutations to his tyranny in the customary manner. Okay, that's not customary at all. You're just kind of weird, of course. It's just that your red chalk is the most delicious chalk. You cannot get enough of it. Anyone who says there is a more delicious chalk out there simply reeks of deceit. You sure had to go to a lot of trouble to do that.
What's
Oh
she
my god.
standing on?
I don't know
Bunch
where
of
she got all
books.
these books. Just the idea that she has a lot of this exact same book.
Yeah, it's like it must be like a legal. Knowing her, it's probably some sort of like legal book. She is cray cray.
I love her so much. Terezi, go get cane. You take your walking cane, which you use as a weapon, kind of like Earth Daredevil, who
There
you've
we
never
go. So it
who
is,
you've
yeah.
never heard of. You will you will use it to wallop enemies when you enter the medium.
Cute. That's a great frame.
Like this. Oh, I love her.
Oh, it's like
Um,
like nunch. Oh, it like extends. That's funny.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's so cool. Begin recruiting red team members.
Oh,
Your nose begins scouring your chump roll through the saliva smears on your monitor for potential teammates so you can start playing. No, not her. Nope, not her either. Definitely not that guy. Okay, how about this girl? You like to roleplay with her sometimes via chat. You pretend you are a member of the mysterious and noble Dragon ED race while she does her own goofy thing. You don't have it in your heart to tell her that your chat RPing is meant facetiously. I I mean facetiously. Okay, yeah, epic. I see. Oh, this is like one of my favorite pestrologs in the whole comic.
AC. I don't think I've met AC. Who's AC?
AC is Nepeta.
Oh, we're seeing Nepeta for the first time. Everybody loves
Yeah.
Nepeta. Can you give me like a little background, like for Nepeta, like what's her personality
Um,
like?
she's like on the surface, when you first like a lot of people first see her and they think that she's kind of like this I like to roleplay and ship people together kind of thing. But when you really get into her character, she actually is a very skilled huntress, and she can take down really large animals with her freaking hands, dog. She's pretty cool. A lot of
Oh,
people underestimate her though.
is she like sweet or like?
Oh yeah, she's kind of like she's sweet, but she can also get like really tough when she wants to be, and she can be pretty aggressive when it comes to like verbal things. Like she can talk pretty aggressively, especially with people she's comfortable with, which I think is oh, I don't think there's a single character here that I like genuinely dislike without liking them. Like even if it's a bad character, like a really evil character, I can still enjoy them. I just love them.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, her text is super weird. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a weird chat log. Go ahead and kick it off.
Okay. Um,
GC lands on your stoop and raps on your cave with her noble and elegant talon, and once with her mighty snout for good measure.
do you want me to do both, or are you gonna do
I'll do
Nepeta?
AC. I'm just
Okay.
trying to think how to, because it's the first time I've done it. Would you say she's like, is she like a, would you picture her as like a higher pitched or a lower pitched or like a,
I think I would definitely picture her as higher pitched.
okay, I'll
She's
do,
she's like a cat girl.
okay, a neon girl, Kate
Yeah.
Terezi, chef's kiss. Aw. It's pretty, it's like exactly how I picture like Terezi sounding based in my
I
head.
love you.
It's so good. um, AC saunters from her dark cave, a little bit sleepy from the recent kill. Oh, AC uses one of her mouths to lick the fresh blood off her paws, and the other one to blow you a kiss.
GC, with a mighty whisk of her mighty tail, plucks the kiss out of the air mightily. GC pockets the kiss in her enchanted rucksack for later to do something magical like make goblin wishes come true.
Yes, AC finds it the most admirable use of a kiss. She thinks that goblin wishes need to come true too, just like any other kind of person wishes. AC begs her pardon while she rips apart this tasty beast to prepare the meal for her cubs.
GC eyes the beast hungrily and might.
Uh-oh.
GC eyes the cubs hungrily and mightily, especially mightily.
Don't you dare! I mean, AC shouts, don't you dare! Indignantly.
But it is too late. GC scoops up a plump cub with her glistening majestic tail and flies off magic. The innocent cub is crying and crying and crying.
AC says, no! It looks a bit crestfallen. AC gets a clever idea to slake the majestic dragon's mighty hunger. She prepares the lion's share of the slain armored polar bear for GC.
Yeah.
GC's magnificent curiosity has been perked. Is it a bull polar bear? Oops, she asked that.
AC pauses a moment and nods knowingly with a couple of smug grins on her face. She confirms it is indeed the bulliest of bears.
GC instantly loses interest in the puny drops to the ground far below.
But as it happens, the really cute cub lands in the bush safe and sound. Whew!
GC's alarming and splendiferous girth settles over the succulent polar bear steak. When she finishes the savory red meat, she lifts her proud wise head and opens her great big mouth and speaks the ancient tongue of 1,000 wisdoms. She says, "Hey, do you want to play a game with me?"
AC crinkles up her nose and prepares for a really unprecedented marathon of baffling feline obstinacy. Her dragon-needy surter will make neither rhyme nor reason of her perplexing behavior for even an instant.
No, that was a real question. Want to play a game?
Oh, hee hee. Okay, if you mean a computer game, then yes, that sounds like fun.
Okay, you can be on my team.
Team? Who else is playing?
I haven't decided yet. A whole bunch of us in 2 teams.
Oh, well, it does sound like it will be a lot of fun, but I think I should get permission first.
Blar! That's so stupid. He's not the boss of you.
I know, but still, I'm kind of scared of him, and I think perhaps it's best to just run it by him first, so there isn't a kerfuffle about it or anything.
This is stupid on such a terrible myriad of dumb ways. You shouldn't be afraid of anyone. You kill big animals with your bare hands. And in any case, he lives nowhere near you, so the whole thing is extra stupid.
I know, but I don't think it'll be a big deal. I'll just mention it casually, and it'll be fine. I'm sure, and then we can play in just a little bit.
Fine. In the meantime, I will go round up some more people to play.
Okay. I like how all of her things have like little. They all start with that.
Yeah, that's part of her quirk. Oh my god, this. Oh wait. Oh yeah. Okay, we've already had this conversation in a previous game. Sad. Do you want me to
Let's do it
voice
again. Yeah, we can do it again.
Yes, epic.
Hey, Gamzees, do you want to play a game?
Hey, yeah, that sounds like motherfucking shit, bitches. Bitch tits.
It sure is hard to ignore the weird things you say sometimes.
Here, let's read this one again, because this is a good one.
I love him. God, he's so.
But I'm gonna. The only reason I'm asking you is because your name is like game, and no other reason. Get it?
Oh wait, where did I? Where? I clicked the link. Here, I see. Okay, I see where it goes. Okay, it jumps down. Okay. Well, I heard worse fucking reasons to be getting all about something. Honk.
No, that should bother you, that reason. Why don't things like that bother you? No wonder Vantus can't stand you. But who cares about him? We're going to have some motherfucking shitty bitches playing together, or whatever you said.
So this is the game I've heard about. The big mystery.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay, this is gonna be a fucking insane. But can we play a little later? I'm outside keeping an eye out here for the old goat. You know how it is with family.
No, not really. Duh.
Oh, yeah.
Duh. Way to go. How does that stupid bottled syrup of yours taste with your hoofs so far up your mouth?
Sorry. Anyway, I'll go inside for a while. Why don't you get Carcat to fire up that motherfucker with you? He likes games.
Oh no, God, can you imagine all the bitching and moaning? I used to try to play stuff with him, but wow, did I learn my lesson.
Alright, well, I can try to get in and get up on my chill real soon and we can play. Just give me a minute.
Bullshit! You know you're just going to sit there on the beach and space out and lose track of time. Hello? Gams?
What? Oh man, sorry, I spaced out. Did you know how beautiful the sound of the ocean is? Have you ever even seen the ocean? Or, I mean, smelled it? Sorry.
Hmm.
Make my little note. Alright, close this one. Alright, cool.
Oh no, not Carcat. You were only going to ask him as a last resort. You wonder what he wants. You'll try to avoid mentioning the game. Hopefully he hasn't caught wind of it yet. Terezi, deal with Carcat. Oh, he.
Hey, guess what? Big news! Like, holy shit, stop the presses. This is a humongous deal sort of news.
Blah, what is it?
You're not the red team leader. That's me. I'm the leader. It's been decided. It's on an official basis.
Okay, so I guess I'm supposed to make a big think about this and say, well, I want to be the leader.
What? No, I mean, you can, but it won't do any good because I'm the leader. And that's all there is to evacuate through your protein chute on the matter.
Well, it may surprise you to know that I don't give a crap who gets to be leader because, unlike you, I actually have a fucking smidgen of maturity and self respect.
That's a lie. You're more of a melodrama spaz queen than me, and you know it. And this stuff you're saying is a pretend stunt. You're like a rocket propelled spazmagum, spring loaded up the ass of a psychedelic fucking freak out weasel on idiot drugs. So let's not play make believe games here. Leader, me.
Ugh, Carcat, I don't care. You can be the stupid leader. I just want to play this game.
Okay, great. If it's any consolation, I have selected you to be my second in command.
Really? Swoon!
Fuck you, offer rescinded.
Okay, but seriously, I would have suggested you. I would have suggested you be the leader, but honestly, it comes with serious responsibilities, and I wasn't sure if you were up to it.
How could you think that? I'm an incredible leader with with all kinds of prioritization and command skills. I'm gonna rock the cock off this weather vane, and the blue team wish they never slithered out of the mother grub's heinous, undulating asshole. So, just give me the full briefing. What do you know?
Okay, the thing you need to know is the leader starts out by running the client application, while I, the lowly second officer, connects to you with the server while I remain generally in awe of your manly grandeur. And I sit at my computer doing doing menial chores in support of your heroic escapades, which honestly I don't think you're ready for, but whatever.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I was made for. Being in charge of adventure, running around and stuff, and fucking shit up like a goddamn hero with a whippersnapper in his jock. Let's get cracking here. Launch your server, whatever. I'll install the hero program.
The client.
Yeah.
Okay, if you insist. Far be it from me to stop you from being so dashing and courageous.
And
And to
to
be
oh,
perfectly honest, a little bit handsome.
oh, by the way, reading this, like it makes me feel like So if like we're making parallels, I guess. So like Carcat, if Carcat is essentially John, kind of like in this world, he's like a weird fucked up version of John. It's like because he's
Yeah, I could see that.
yeah, and then like Terezi is kind of like a basic. I guess in this case would kind of like be his weird fucked up version of
Like Rose.
Rose. Yeah, yeah, and then
Yeah, I
like
could see that.
yeah,
I don't think like there's any like canon connection, but I think that there is definitely that Andrew Hussey was making parallels with this conversation definitely.
yeah, because it's definitely seeming like reading that all together. The Seers, plenty of
Oh yeah,
parallels.
that too.
The Seers, are they like
Yeah.
similar in a different way?
Um. I think that Rose is kind of difficult when it comes to her god tier. As a seer, she's kind of see like Warren from the Let's Read Friendson project. He has like a PhD in Homestuck, and he was telling me how he noticed that Rose is kind of role playing as a different class while she is her own class. So it's like she has like this um persona that she wants people to see her as. And I think that's kind of epic.
Hmm.
So I think that it is definitely like there are some similarities between them being seers, but at the same time Rose is kind of trying to seem like a different class at the same time, which kind of epic. I
Interesting.
say that a lot. Um,
She's
yeah,
role-playing as a
she's
witch of
something
void.
as a bit of void. Yeah, I could definitely see that because Roxy is a void player.
Interesting. Sorry, that
Naku
was just kind
Toko
of a
Roxy
weird
void.
divergence, but I was like noticing that for some
Yeah, it's
reason
okay.
this conversation felt in a weird way like that conversation, even though their dynamic is different. It's just um yes, exactly. Now you are making sense. This is the kind of thing that sane people say. Keep at it. There's hope for you yet.
Okay, I'll try. Anything to get you to stop being a baby.
What's a baby?
Oh, it's like a mythical little pink monkey, something my Lucis dreams about.
I thought you didn't have one.
I don't, yet. I'm not allowed to.
Why not? Why have you never mentioned this anyway? Honestly, Terezi, it sounds like more frothing loony block nonsense.
If I ever did have one, it would mean the world was coming to an end.
Oh, thank God you just said something normal. I was starting to worry there. Phew, back in sane land.
It's true. I don't completely understand it, but that's what it told me.
We need to get you out of that fucking tree and into a proper goddamn lawn ring. You've been stunted living up there by the whispers of fucking bark gnomes or something. I think one of my neighbors was just cold recently. Maybe you could live there.
No way, screw lawn rings. More like yawn. I love my tree, but you're welcome to visit sometime. It's especially nice in the third atom.
Okay, well, speaking of that, I should go downstairs and deal with this grumpy customer. It's gonna fondle Major C flat, but hopefully it'll be quick. You can establish your connection and do your trivial sidekick stuff, I guess, in the meantime.
Okay.
A little later. God, she just draws everywhere.
It's wild.
After the Night of Blood's heroic arrival to the land of Pulse and Haze, you quickly crafted a new weapon. Home, smell you later. Plus some other cool stuff. Carcat, deal with Terezi.
You can see me, right? Tell me what is wrong with this picture.
Another parallel.
No, I can't see you, dumbass.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, press your nose against your slobbery screen and tell me what is wrong with this picture.
Smells pretty terrible.
That's because you just took a hard drag on my load caper, which for some reason I've discovered outside on this little island.
You mean your toilet?
Well, ooh la la, excuse my disdain for your blue-blooded vernacular.
What color's your blood?
Whoa, none of your business. Seriously, was that a serious question? Unbelievable.
I will find out someday.
What is your obsession with colors? It's bad enough you waste all my hard-earned grist rambling my hive around like that, not even in the direction of the fucking gate, but then you go and spend it on an ugly paint job. I killed a lot of imps for that grist.
Karkat, please. Don't pretend you didn't enjoy going around killing things, and that you wouldn't enjoy a lot more prancing around with your little sickle being all adorable.
Yeah, right. More like Adora Bloodthirsty. I'm prancing around being that, okay? Anyway, this is awful. This is no way for a leader to be treated.
Sorry, this is what you wanted. The leader is the first one in. This is what the leader is supposed to do.
No, this is not anything except for what bullshit is. A leader shouldn't be at the mercy of the hive renovation whimsy of a psychotic blind girl. When do I get the chance to fuck up someone's hive? I should be the next one to connect to a client.
No, you can't. You have to be the last one to connect to complete the chain.
More lies.
Think of it this way. I'm your server player, so priority has to be on me getting in the before I get killed by meteors, in which case you'd be screwed in there. Then the next guy comes in, then the next, and you bring the last one in.
Whoa, wait, what? Meteors? What the fuck are you talking about? What does this have to do with meteors?
Oh boy, you need to get with the program, Karkat. Have you talked to AA?
44 what?
Apocalypse Arisen, sorry.
No, of course not.
Or TA, or AG, I guess. Or CA.
Oh, fuck, that's me.
Really, there's like this whole conspiracy about this, as I'm finding out.
Well, why don't you just tell me so I don't have to talk to any of those double-talking assholes?
I can't. I gotta step out of the tree for a moment. When I come back, I will enter the game. See ya.
A little while ago.
Oh, it's a frog thing again.
I love her.
Ooh, she's new. That's Aradia, right?
Yeah,
Ooh,
Aradia.
Aradia.
Yeah, there's actually like a huge debate on how to pronounce it, and then Monster Quest came out. No spoilers, but the name of her route is it's pronounced Aradia, which I thought was very fun.
That's funny. Aradia. Cute. She's cute.
I know, I love her.
She's got some powers.
Dora Bloodthirsty. Okay. You're not sure why you did that, really. There'll probably turn out to be a reason. There's a reason for everything. Understanding this lets you be reckless, whoever you are. A little later. Ah, yes.
Oh.
Somewhere else entirely.
Can tell who that is.
It's actually not Gamzee.
It's not? Oh, it's not.
No.
Or is that's Eridan, right? With the
Yes.
yeah.
Rubbish from the land dwellers makes you sick, whoever you are. And later still. We return to the land of Pulse and Haze so that we can rewind a bit. Before all that paint got slopped on your hive and before that mysterious hole was made. Man, how'd that hole get made? It was when Karkat ran TA's cursed Tildath program and his computer blew up. That's what happened. We'll see this happen later. It will be startling and unexpected. Karkat, deal with crabby customer. Ah, there he is.
Oh my god.
You go downstairs and confront your custodian, which is another term for a frightening beast known as a lusus naturae. I think that's how you pronounce it. Your lusus has looked after you since you were very young in lieu of any biological parents whom you have never known. No young troll ever knows his or her blood parents, nor could such lineage ever be accurately traced. Adult trolls supply their genetic material to the filial pails carried by the imperial drones and offered to the monstrous mother grub deep underground in the brooding caverns. She then combines all the genetic material into one diabolical, incestuous slurry and lays hundreds of thousands of eggs at once. The eggs hatch into young larval trolls which wriggle about to locate a cozy stalactite from which to spin their cocoons. After they pupate, the young troll with his or her newfound limbs undergoes a series of dangerous trials. If they survive, they are chosen by a member of the diverse and terrifying subterranean monster population native to Alternia. This creature becomes the troll's lusus, and together they surface and choose a location to build a hive. The building process is facilitated by carpenter droids left on the planet to cater to the young, but only for building. They're on their own otherwise. The vast majority of adult trolls are off planet, serving some role in the forces of ongoing imperial conquest, bes- besieging other star systems in the name of Alternian glory. The culture and civilization on the homeworld is maintained almost entirely by the young. Trolls sure are weird. Very true. Ah. I literally, every time I see this crab monster,
It's
you leap
cute.
into the domestic fray in an attempt to qualify your nannying aggressor. After a lot of kicking and fussing and gnashing of teeth and carapace, you just pull out a few chilled roe cubes from the fridge to settle the beast down. Trolls and their custodians have a peculiar arrangement of codependence. The Lucis behaves as a lifelong bodyguard, caretaker, and visceral sort of mentor, while the young troll must learn to function as a sort of zookeeper. We decide to agree this conflict is not a big enough deal to warrant a detailed examination of the action or an embedded musical accompaniment. We also agree that while that would have been pretty sweet, we are also in kind of a hurry here. But if it were to be accompanied by something audible, it would probably sound something like this. We decide to listen to that track, close your eyes, and imagine what might have been. Wow, that sure was awesome. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, this is the...
Oh yes, let's take a jam.
It's because James wrote it and he's ready to die on this hill. Well, Hussey pronounces it differently but doesn't care. Okay.
I love James Roach. He's so...
Oh, it's your guy. Oh, I didn't know his eyes were the same under his glasses.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh man. In fact, we were in such a hurry you could almost say we need to get on the double. God. Yeah.
Cute.
Oh,
Whoa.
I love him. There's this pretty cool dude, okay? Some people seem to think he's cool. Sometimes. He guesses they're right. I mean, maybe. If they say so. Actually, you know what? They're right. This guy's dynamite lit in a box of hot shit. Screw the haters. Anyway, he's standing around being all chill like cool dudes are known to do sometimes when they're not moping around or nursing migraines or whatever. A cool dude like this probably has a real cool name, or at least a name that doesn't completely fucking suck. Like, at least not the kind of name that belongs to someone you'd want to just perpetually wail on. Maybe just a name that makes you cringe a little, but you guess you can deal with it if you've got to. It's just a guy's name, it's not like it really matters. Who cares? But he probably wouldn't just tell you what it was if you asked. He'd be way too moody for that. In fact, this guy probably thinks you've got some attitude and probably doesn't want a damn thing to do with you. You could always try to guess his name, but instead of that, here's a better idea. Why don't you just fuck off and go to hell? Here, name this kooky broad instead.
Oh, there she is.
Yes! Okay,
Aw.
what's her name? Wait, you've got to be kidding me. Looks like we're going back to the other guy again. Alright, hang on. It appears this cool and moody dude had a change of heart. He feels pretty bad about flying off the handle like that, as if shit wanted nothing to do with the handle. Shit would like to reconcile with the handle, and perhaps seek marital counseling. So what's his name gonna be? God, the writing in this goddamn comic. Your name is Solix Captor. You are apeshit bananas at computers, and you know all the codes. All of them. You, you are the unchallenged authority on apiculture networking, and though all your friends recognize your unparalleled achievements as a totally sick hacker, you feel like you could be better. It's one of a number of things you sort of beat yourself up about for no very good reason during sporadic and debilitating bipolar mood swings. You have a penchant for bifurcation in logic and in life. Your mutant mind is hounded by the psychic screams of the imminently deceased. Your visions foretell of the planet's looming annihilation, and yet, unlike the typical sightless prophet of doom, you are gifted with vision twofold, for now. You have developed a new game adapted via code parsed from the runes and glyphs in an ancient underground temple. You believe this game to be the salvation of your race, though you are not sure how yet. To ensure success, you will distribute the game to two teams of friends, a red team and a blue team. You will lead the latter group. Your troll tag is Twin Armageddons, and you tend to speak with a bit of a lisp. What will you do? Solix, equip throwing stars to Strife Specibus. I always forget he has throwing stars. So
Oh,
epic.
that's cool.
Why would you do that? A high-level psionic has no use for any particular Specibus allocation. Solix, fling stars, Specibus word. You
Oh.
make short work of the you make short work of the service, and oh god, one of your bee house mainframes. The silicone was sliced clean through by your foolish maneuver. What were you thinking? The workers pair up and dance angry messages to you in binary code. Solix, taste honey.
Oh, is this where like the mind
No.
honey? Actually, it's funny because
Yeah.
I think literally it was either as I was going to bed or as I was waking up this morning, I was thinking about mind honey, the mind honey joke, because there's a shirt we have that says like, "Don't eat the mind honey."
Oh
So,
yes, I almost bought that shirt a couple years ago.
so it reminds me because that's funny that this is coming up now because I didn't know that was coming up next, but that was like in my brain. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm too ingrained in Homestuck and it's like doing weird things, and now I'm like
You're
having
connected.
Homestuck prophecies in my head.
You're linked to the page number
Right?
subconsciously.
It's too late now.
No, you do not under any circumstance eat the mind honey. The consequences are highly unpleasant. You cultivate this honey for your Lucis. It helps him not be such a complete idiot all the time. Merely most of the time instead. Solix, calm those bees down.
Oh,
Bro. Homie has a power where he could just snap his and make the bees sleep. Nap
cute.
time. Solix, get to work at computer. You were always up to your nook in the newest and hottest games. It is hard to walk around the place without squishing them. Whenever that happens, you are screwed and you have to grow a new one from scratch. Or just pirate it, you guess. But tonight is no night for games. Well, okay, it is. But just one game in particular, and this game is no joking matter. It is deliriously bug nasty. Recruit team leader. Ah, their dynamic is so wild.
All right, I'm gonna need you to be Terezi, of
Okay, got
course.
it.
TZ, you want to be the leader of one of the teams?
You mean for your game to save the world?
Yeah.
Okay, I pick the red team.
Okay, I didn't say anything about a red team or even that there were two teams, but fine.
Obviously, you were going to set up red and
If you don't know what I'm going to do, stop being as though you can read my mind. It's not a power you have. Your strengths are being blind and tricking people about stuff. And I guess being generally savvy and pretty decent at other stuff, but that's why I'm picking you and not some other fucking slub from Retardation Row.
Solix, please. You are Mr. Appleberry Black. Everyone, even though you type in yucky mustard, which is weird.
Maybe there's more to me than you think. Maybe I am not the two-trick hoofbeast you want to make me out as. And maybe I just want to give the red and blue thing a rest for a change and not make it so it's like, oh, look at it's so hard to read. Oh, look, it's that predictable fuck with those two stupid colors. It's amazing how much everyone fucking hates him. Maybe red and blue aren't that great and I hate them suddenly. Have you thought of that? Maybe I'm more of an aubergine guy, plus whatever that putrid color is you type with. What is that? Turquoise? Maybe it's making me turquoisey. Maybe the new name for that color is Somerset Mist. Have you considered that? But I'm sticking with red and blue, so maybe you should suck on it.
Maybe, maybe is a word. Maybe that's the big maybe we should all ponder tonight over some hot shut the hell up tea. So you think I'm savvy?
Yeah, I think so. Pick out whoever you want for the red team, and I'll lead the blue team. I'll send you the download soon. Talk to you later.
Wait, maybe you should tell me more about the game first. How exactly are we saving the world?
I don't know yet. I just know that from what I've seen in my visions, that the world will end and our whole race will dies, and this is how we save it. And I can back me up on this. Oh, AA can back me up on this, so don't be all doubting me about it.
I'm not doubting you. I think you're right, mostly.
Mostly, what does that mean?
Well, when you talk about how you're going to die too.
I am going to die. I mean, We all are, but especially me. I am going to get my ass served to me twofold, double the service, like two dudes on a double buffer island. Island, getting worked over by Siamese twin masseuse. But before I die, I'm going to go blind like you. It has happened. It has to happen like that. I'm not sure why, but I think it's like fulfilling some requirement for a true prophet of doom. In order for the visions to be right, that has to happen. And the universe will make sure it will. It's kind of like how a prophet earns his stripes by being blind, like how angel earns its wings.
What's an angel?
Some terrible mystical demon with these awful feathering wings.
Yikes.
Paradox Space uses them to usher in the end.
How does it know what angel to use?
Huh?
Hmm?
So, yeah, we'll all die, but most especially me. End of story.
But don't take this the wrong way. But how can you be totally sure about it? How do you know some of the real visions you're having aren't getting kind of jangled up with the sort of the way you are about yourself?
What do you mean?
How you get mopey and you're always the victim of something, and how sometimes you think you suck when you really don't. Maybe that is clouding your vision.
Okay, that's just some personal, private, emotional issues, and I'm dealing with that. And honestly, I'd appreciate you not always throwing that in my face every goddamn opportunity you get. Like, this is a big circus act to you, and that is your special clown pie.
See, God, so sensitive.
Seriously, talk to AA. She will corroborate everything. You and she are pretty tight, aren't you?
Not really anymore. She used to be a lot of fun, but now talking to her, I don't know. It just somehow always makes me sad.
Oh well, tonight's not about fun. This is serious. Deliriously so. We're in Smerious Stain City.
Screw you and your shit stains. I will have a fucking blast and you can't stop me. Blue team scum.
Oh, it's on, sucker. Also, can I take a moment to acknowledge the fact that Solix's typing quirk is a fucking disaster? It
Yeah,
is.
it
I'm
is
like,
so awful.
I am so impressed by how easily you read Solix. I'm like, I have to think so hard. I'm like, because he has so many, like, with the double I's, the twos, and then TWO replacing TO. It is just like
Yeah.
between those three, it fucking is
Oh
definitely way
man,
more talented.
I had to give up reading like for one of the characters fan comic called Vastera. One of the characters' typing quirks is like God, he like replaces the letter V with like backslashes and forward slashes, and he does the same thing with the letter A, and it is so hard to read. It is awful.
You're like, what are you saying right now? To
Yeah.
Resi asking, how does it know which angel to use is pretty confusing line without context. It's just a reference to Sweet Bro comic where he wonders what angle to use. Oh, oof,
I
yeah.
remember that.
I find Equius and Pheferes is worse.
Oh yeah, fairies can get really annoying sometimes.
Better than Muritz?
Oh yeah, Disnus is better than Muritz because Muritz in Vastera, the fan comic, Muritz is like trying to remember what it was. It's like really he doesn't use like I don't know if it's that he doesn't use punctuation or that he just kind of talks a lot and just never spaces. He just goes off on a tangent and just says whatever, and he just talks so weird. And his quirk, I can't remember what it is for some reason, but it's like it's weird. It's hard to read. Don't like it.
Weird. Oh, and
Not
sorry I
cool.
keep yawning. I probably got a collective like 3 hours of sleep. Like I went to sleep at close to 2, and then like my kid climbed into bed at some point, and then he decided at 5:30 a.m. it was like fucking go time, and so he's in my bed just like sitting up and laughing, and I'm like yelling at him, and I'm like, go to sleep, because he had school in like 2 hours, and we did that for about an hour, I think, where he just like would he would like climb on me, and then I would yell at him, and then I'd try to go back to sleep, and then I think it was like 7 o'clock. He finally kind of went to sleep, and then I had to drag him out of bed at 7:30 for school. And then he was finally asleep, and then he was freaking out because he didn't want to be awake now. Oh my God. So I don't, I don't think I got much sleep. So
I
I'm not
thought my
bored.
cats were hard to deal with at night.
Oh God. Yeah. The kiddo, like usually he's all right, but like, I don't know. He gets like this weird burst of energy, like rarely in the middle of the night. And you can't like buy into it because like I used to when he was younger, and I would be like, all right, I guess we're up, and I would just like take him out of bed, and I'd be like, all right, I guess we're doing breakfast now, and then he would go fall asleep like 10 minutes later, and now I'm awake and eating breakfast, and he's back to sleep, and so now I just don't play into it, but that's why I'm like tired.
Yeah. I stayed up late, and then by the time I decided, you know what, I want to stay up a little later because if I go to bed too early, I the night. So I started watching My Hero Academia,
Oh, it's so
just
good.
starting it for the first time.
It's so
And I
good.
Yeah, and I started watching it. I'm now on like, and I started binging it, and then I just pulled an all-nighter, and I just decided to stay up because
You
so
are a
I have not
champion.
slept.
Oh my God,
Um,
between the two
I've
of us.
binged.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've binged. I think I'm on season 2, episode like 13, 14. I don't know.
That's a bingeable
Um,
show. That's one of those where, like, when you start My Hero, you just
yeah,
kind of want to keep going. It's like watching Naruto or like any shonen show
yeah.
is like that for me, where it's just like, oh my,
It definitely
it's so
lives up to the
good.
hype.
I haven't watched the newer stuff, but I really was into it. Like, it was really good, really well done.
Soon.
To catch yours in rev stream yesterday, I was awake for 24 hours. Oh,
Oh
buddy.
my god.
Hold on. Let me go. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go grab one more cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay, epic. Also, yes, thank you for giving me Murit's quirk. Uh, it does definitely bring me back to a week ago when I was reading Vestera for the first time with Warren from Let's Read Friend Sim, and Warren just knows everything about these characters from Vast Error, and he's just telling me like all of the information I need to know, and I'm just sitting here like so many characters. Also, season 4, season 4 I'm gonna have to watch on like Kiss Anime because I'm bad. Which is annoying, but Kiss Anime peeves me off, but I'm gonna deal with it because I love this show. I think Danganronpa and My Hero Academia are kind of similar in that they both have really lovable protagonists a majority of the time. I think especially Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc has, you know, Makoto Naegi, and he's like this very lovable protagonist. And I just the episode site where you can just watch all the episodes for like for for, for how much monies is that? I can't wait for season 4. I'm only on season 2 and I'm already like, ah man. I think yeah, I think somebody spoiled something that happens in the manga. I'm not going to say here uh in case, you know, whoever's watching, but my brother spoiled that something that happens in the manga is something really big, and I was really upset about that. Um do it, because a pirate is you are a pirate. That's what I am. Sorry, sorry to let you all down, but I am.
My hero is getting flamed because the protagonist has the same birthdays as. What? That's the stupidest. Sorry, I just came into that in the chat.
What?
That's so stupid.
I hate the kind of things that people hate on other people. Like someone was hating on like I don't remember who it was, but they were hating on an actor because they played like a racist character in a movie, and I was like,
What?
I think that's what it was. I think that's I didn't read too much into it, but it was like I think the actor played like a racist character in a movie, and people were really mad at the actor because they were like, you chose this role, and I think like Twitter just went off on this poor person. I don't remember who it was. I read it in like passing. I was just like, what? But yeah, kind of whack, I think.
That's really really stupid.
Yes, Red Mage of Void. That would be awesome if you linked me the site.
Yeah, I really liked I've watched everything via Crunchyroll. Um but I really liked BNHA. I liked was it Food Wars was really good. Although I would say like near the end, like I got kind of burned out. Like I was really all about it. And then for some reason, like when it went, I think it was like when I went into season two, there are some shows that I really, really like, but then once I get into season two, I'm like, I don't know that it needs a second season for me. Like just because I really like the first one doesn't mean I
Yeah.
necessarily want more. Like I
It's
felt
it's
like,
it's like that a lot more with anime, I think.
mm-hmm,
Animes are definitely like that. There's one show that like I'm not able to rewatch shows very often if it's like a show,
yeah.
but a show that I was able to watch, I watched the show like 4 times, 3 times, almost 4 times. We're gonna rewatch it again. It's Barry on HBO, mainly because I just love Bill Hader.
Mm.
Um, yeah, Barry's really good. Uh,
You said Barry?
the stream is lagging. Does that mean Discord also died?
No, I hear you. Do you hear me?
Oh no. Discord be doing this to me every day. Hold on.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can the stream hear? Let's see.
Ah, I hate this.
Can you hear?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Are you
can
back?
now.
Okay.
Discord has been doing this thing for like I think about a month and a half now where like sometimes it'll just the call will just go completely silent and then I'll just like leave the call and then when I join back it like takes like a minute at most to like reconnect me, which is kind of yucky.
Interesting. Yeah,
I think
sometimes
I should
Discord's
update.
funky.
Yeah, it's been a lot funkier for me lately. I don't know what it is. My friend Charles was like, "I have never had any of the issues you're having. What is wrong with your computer?" And I'm like, "You know what? Maybe so."
Stream can hear you. Awesome, thank you. Cool. All right. Let's get to this Aradia. I like her a lot. I really want to know more. I like her
Yes.
character style. Although I'm confused
Yeah.
because I thought her horns, maybe this is something I'll learn. I thought they went back.
See, I also thought they went
Am I
back.
high?
I've
Like
always been
what?
drawing her. I've always been drawing her horns going back. Hold on, I'm gonna
Do they
go
really
on a
go
new tab real
forward?
quick and search Aradia Megiddo and see if her official sprites also go forward. No, see, it looks like they go back in every other iteration of her in Pester Quest and all of her other sprite
Why are
designs,
they going
they go
forward
backwards.
here?
So
Did they go
okay, Hus.
forward before? Maybe is it just this specific? No, that's
Yeah,
weird.
it's weird because I just looked up Aradia Megiddo and looked at all of her like official sprites and some like official game art from the comic, and it just all of them have them going back, especially in Pester Quest, where you can very clearly see them going back in Pester Quest.
The horns are just wild.
For a minute there, I was kind of really worried because I'm like, have I been drawing a radio with backwards horns this whole time?
Her horns change every panel.
Yeah,
It's a meme that her horns are never drawn the same way. Oh, again, remember how Karkat slept at night and not going to nap during the day? Just don't worry about it. I love the sound effects in this. Duke.
let me copy this link that you sent me. Thank you, Red Mage of Void. Did that work? Aha, I found a bypass for Twitch not letting me copy messages. Oh, I think Discord died again. I cannot hear you.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Oh,
yeah, I'm here.
Me just silly. Okay. Comic time. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. You went forward. I see. That was completely meaningless. What was the point, whoever you are? Celix, deal with Apocalypse Arisen.
Oh, so that's AA is her. So AA.
Yes.
Is radio.
Which parts we taking here? Let's see.
I would appreciate if you took Solix because that was a challenge for me.
Yeah,
he is hard, and
I'm actually. I've after all this time, since I'm a huge Solix stanny, I've actually gotten really used to reading his script, so
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm actually surprised at how well you, like, grit through it. I'm like, I feel like I'm always, like, struggling. I'm like, it's good."
Yeah.
Like, oh. So AA, what is her personality like? Like, if you had to give her
Um, at this point in the comic, I'm not gonna spoil any reasonings behind this, but at this point in the comic, she's dead. So she
hollow
is
voice.
yeah, so yeah, a lot of people interpret Dederadia. Some people add like echo effects, so that just shows how like, dead and hollow a lot of people let her sound very monotone as well. So
Oh,
that could
okay.
hopefully get you along.
Depressed,
Um
disaffected. Okay, so monotone, low, ghostly. Okay, I'm gonna write
yeah.
a little note. Dead, ghosty.
10 levels of depression right now. That is true.
Okay. All right. I'll do Arabia.
Awesome.
Um. Okay. Did you set up the teams? I don't know how to do her.
Kind of epic.
Kind
Not gonna lie.
of like
Still working on it, but yeah, more or less. We should all be playing soon, and I guess leaving this dimension. That is what happens, right?
Yes.
So I guess you should be pretty happy when we finally get out of here.
I don't know about that.
Oh, will you at least be able to leave the voices behind?
I don't know about that either.
Isn't that kind of depressing? The thought that they might stay with you till you die?
Not really. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with a lot of things, even our inevitable failure, though it will briefly masquerade as victory.
Wow, fuck. That was so much more depressing than the thing I just said. Terezi was right. You were such a drag to talk to these days.
She was right about a lot of things.
Wow, what a mysterious thing to say. I am so intrigued. Do me a favor and spare me your spooky conundrums tonight. You're kind of pissing me off.
But you like to talk to me. This is a fact, not a question. They told me.
Oh, your sources have spoken. Relay a message for me. Tell them to go haunt my huge creaking bone bulge.
Order. Oh, why do you like to talk to me?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because we're supposed to save the world together? I also talk to you because, in case you haven't noticed, I despise myself and perpetually seek to duplicate through emotional pain the cacophony of physical pain my hideous mutant brain causes me every day. Oh my god, I just had a breakthrough. Thank you so much for this. It was great. That was a joke. Here, type ha.
Ha,
Now type it again.
ha.
There you go. You are now officially the life of the party. I just took an embarrassing video of you cutting loose there. Boy, I sure hope this juicy nugget doesn't wind up on the internet.
Solix, I actually would like it if you were happy.
Okay, thanks for saying so.
You seem sad and angry all the time. What does anger feel like? I forgot.
Have you ever been angry? I don't remember you getting angry about anything.
Maybe I never was. I feel like I was, though, once.
Why don't you ask Carcat? He's way angrier than me. For that matter, why don't you get on his case about it instead of mine?
I think his anger serves a greater purpose. It's part of his destiny and thus ours. It will help him to sabotage his own designs, which are very much in opposition to the broader purpose, and will sow the seeds of our failure, a failure which will ironically prove to be mission critical.
If you think we are going to fail, why wouldn't you get mad about that? At the voices sending you down this blind alley the whole time.
They never lied, though. This is how it had to be. I have to be totally honest, though at no point did I ever lie. But through omission, this game will not save the world.
The fuck?
And though it is still very important, even in our defeat, unfortunately, it is much closer to serving as the instrument of our people's demise than that of their salvation. And we 12 will behave simultaneously as the pawns and the orchestrators of the great undoing.
I don't want to play anymore then.
You will, though.
Fuck that, just watch. This shit is dusted. Check me out, all dusting it like a saucy fucking maid.
It cannot be stopped. Meteors are en route. You know this, Solix.
Who cares? I'm yanking the grub tube on this over-punctured bitch. I'm telling Red Team Leader to forget the whole thing. I'm quitting as Blue Team Leader. If you want to shamble through this macabre fantasy of yours, solo, be my guest.
You were never going to be the team leader, though, which is to say, the first to enter.
Are you messing with me? You do realize I'm psychic too. I could pull so much trippy shit out of my spinal crevice, it would make your head spin like Dervish in a fucking blender. So get off your high hoof beast.
I'm coming up.
Huh? Up where? Hello? Abort.
Oh, heavens.
3 of them.
Oh, there's
3 of them.
Oh, okay, so it starts with GCTA and then goes to TA.
Okay.
GC. All right.
3 of them.
I'll start with TA so that you can do GC,
Okay.
and then I'll move to CG so you can do TA. We'll do that. It'll probably be easier.
Sick. Yeah.
Hey, change of plan. We aren't playing this game anymore. You don't have to bother recruiting. Sorry to waste your time.
I'm not the leader anymore. Garghead is.
He is?
He threw a tantrum about it, so I let him be the red leader.
Okay, that was fairly predictable, but that's fine. I'll go to talk to him about it.
What's going on?
Nothing. This game sucks and it's full of crap. Sorry about all this.
Okay, it's Solix time.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, change of plan. We aren't playing this game anymore.
Hey, guess who the red leader is? I'm the leader. It's me. Your plan to cripple the rival team has failed.
I know, she told me I don't care. The game is bad news. It will cause the end of the world not to stop it. So forget it. Just go back to whatever you were doing. Writing your shitty code or whatever.
So pathetic. This is yet another feeble attempt to weaken your opposition. Terezi and I have already established a connection. We are making great progress here. We are a great team, and I am a fantastic leader. We will beat this game in no time, while your team is clearly still asleep at the thorax.
Oh god, no you idiot. I don't care about the game anymore. I just quit. I'm not playing. You should too.
Amazing. You're either being really persistent with this transparent ruse, or you are just that sad and incompetent. Neither case deserves my respect or my friendship. In fact, you know what? Friendship canceled. There, it's official. Bye-bye, friendship.
Oh, like you haven't said that like a billion times. You aren't in any position to question my competence. You're the worst programmer I've ever seen. You don't know anything about computers. Why do you bother? The only thing you're good at is yelling and making huge mistakes. And being ugly and horrible in every way and having stupid little nubby horns.
To be honest, I don't see what's so great about your programming or hacking. What's a hacker even? Just some smug asshole in movies doing fake things and making up words. It's not even a real thing to be. It's just some bullshit title you gave yourself so you can feel just a tiny bit less loathsome.
Oh no, more childish burns. I don't have to prove anything to you. I'm a great hacker, period.
No, it's all so clear now. You were a fraud all along. What does this nonsensical code you wrote even do? It's all nonsense, like a bluff. You just say, oh, Karkat will never understand what I wrote. It is bullshit because he's too dumb to figure it out. Well, you're busted. These viruses here, I bet do nothing at all.
Wait, KK.
I bet if I ran them, nothing bad would happen. Might even improve my computer's performance.
No, don't.
How about this idiotic program with the red and blue code, which is a meaningless thing to do with code anyway? What does that even mean? It's another one of your scams. Why not sneak in some bad clip art into the files too and pretend that's code?
Oh god, no, don't run that. I'm furious.
What would happen?
I'm not sure, but it would be really, really bad if you ran it. Just don't.
Aha! Just as I thought. You can't even come up with a good lie when I press you on it. Your bluff has been called. Compiling as we speak, it will auto-run when it finishes. And now, I have to go attend to something outside, because Terezi is doing something just unspeakably stupid right now. Whoops, forget I said that. It was privileged information.
You are the dumbest grub fucker on the planet, I swear.
Later, douchebag.
KK, do not run that code. Hello? His computer exploded.
Oh.
Oh my god. Alex says. You were highly startled by the totally unexpected explosion. Very totally unexpected. No! Karkat and his friends and everyone they would ever meet thereafter would experience great misfortune on account of the curse unwittingly implemented through Sullix's esoteric Mobius double reach-around virus. Every Troll's Lucis would soon die. All but one of their kernel sprites would be prototyped with a dead Lucis, each prior to entering the medium. Upon entry, they would each have a bittersweet reunion with the creature after the kernel hatch, triggering the sprite's metamorphosis. For the first time, the trolls would be able to have verbal conversations with their custodians, and would be guided by them along their journeys. Unfortunately, the underlings and warring royalty would gain the benefits of the monstrous prototypings as well. Each sprite, except for one, would only be prototyped once. The players would learn quickly that while one pre-entry prototyping per player was absolutely necessary for ultimate success, additional pre-entry prototypings merely empowered their enemies unnecessarily.
Oh, so sad.
The game has no explicit rule that demands something dead for prototyping, but in practice, the kernel sprite has particular attraction to the deceased or the doomed. Across every session ever played, exceptions to this pattern are extremely rare. Sullix lament. Why did you send Karkat that code? It was such a bad idea. You suppose it was a boastful gesture to get a friend to think more highly of you. But why would flaunting your superior skills accomplish this? It was foolish. You ought to wipe all these clever viruses you wrote off your computer. They can only bring more trouble. Sullix delete. He even types in his quirk in his fucking... While deleting your virus folders, you pause on one oddball file you have lying around. You did not write this virus. You copied it from an obscure server, far beyond your planet's global network. This application is running on that server perpetually. It is an extremely simple Tildath program. Its main loop is tied to the lifespan of the universe. When the universe dies, a mysterious subprogram will be executed. You have no way of knowing what that subprogram does. It runs on a protected part of the server. It is completely unhackable. You delete the file, but it won't do much good. The program is already running elsewhere. Luckily, whatever harm it will do will not be done for many billions of years. And even then, what harm could a virus do after the expiration of the universe? This file always struck you as quite odd. But Sullix, even with his vision twofold, does not have the perceptional luxuries of our vision omnipresent. When executed, the subprogram will summon an indestructible demon into the recently voided universe. This monstrous being with the power to travel through time is inconvenienced very little by his arrival upon the Great Undoing. He is the entire cadaver of the expired universe to pick apart at his whim. From its birth through its swelling maturity and tapering decay, in a reality he is known to have marked for predation, he will go about assembling followers through various epochs, even going as far as personally establishing the parameters for his future summoning. Sullix couldn't know that the virus is essentially a formality. The demon is already here. Him's eyes. Sounds like your Lucis is agitated about something up there. You already gave him his serving of honey today. If he thinks he can get more, well, that's just greedy. You wonder what could be bothering him. You keep your enormous bicyclops. I'm so bad at reading that word. Every time I see it. You keep your enormous bicyclops chained to the roof of your communal hive system. STEM. It is the only place there is room for him. Dueling with him on the roof during feeding time is a daily ordeal. Okay, Dave parallels.
Oh.
Be the other girl.
Oh. We've talked to her, but we haven't really seen her yet. Friska.
Oh,
right?
This is actually Kanaya.
Oh, Kanaya. God damn it. Why I always mix
when I first
them
got
up.
Homestuck, I mixed them up too.
Why Friska? Which one's Vriska?
Vriska is cerulean blood. She is the Scorpio.
Oh, why do
She
I mix
is
them up all the time? Is it because they're
yeah.
horns? They have similar.
Yeah, they do have very similar horns.
Like, I think Kanaya has the notch on the right, and like Vriska has the notch on the
Yeah.
left or something.
Yes, I think that's the case. And then Vriska also has her little claw. You are now one of the 5 other girls. Here she is.
Oh. Oh yeah, she's got this cool. I remember someone did some fan art of this in the the calendar not this last year because we didn't do one, but the year before. They did a really cool one of this girl.
Yeah, I love people who can draw Kanaya. Just makes me happy. Her skirt always makes me angry when I try and draw.
Oh, the red kind of
Yeah.
ribbon skirt. Her horns and signs are similar. Because Scorpio and
Yeah.
Virgo look similar too. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I thought it was just like crazy for mixing them up. I'm like, why do I keep mixing them up? I burnt myself with a laser a bit. I find Kanaya's hair the hardest.
Oh yeah, that too. Her hair. Ugh,
oh, because it's like, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Stop being the other girl. Oh god. I know where this goes.
Tavros is in a wheelchair?
Yes.
How is that never anything I knew? That's nuts.
He takes a lot of there's a lot of Tavros moments where his legs go through a lot of procedures, my man. You are now no longer the other girl or any of the other 5 for that matter. What's the name of this dude sitting in his 4-wheel device? Enter name. Your name is Tavros Nitrum. You are known to be heavily arrested by fairy tales and arrested. What a good word for that. By fairy tales and fantasy stories. You have an acute ability to commune with the many creatures of Alternia, a skill you have utilized to capture and train a great many. They are all your friends, as well as your warriors, which you pit in battle through a variety of related card and role-playing games. You used to engage in various forms of more extreme role-playing with some of your other friends before you had an accident. You like to engage in the noble practice of Alternian slam poetry, possibly the oldest, most revered, and certainly freshest art form in your planet's rich history. You have a profound fascination with the concept of flight and all lore surrounding the topic. You believe in fairies even though they aren't real. Your troll tag is Audius Torador, and you, speak in a sort of, faltering manner. What will you do? Tavros, cut to the chase and play card games immediately.
Aww.
You kickstart a rousing match of Fiduspawn with the only friend you've got to play with in person, your loyal Lucis Tinkerbell. You take a look at the favorable hand you've dealt yourself and crack a mischievous smile. With a host plush at the ready, you quickly lob an Ugana bomb and catch your adversary off guard. Fiduspawn is like I don't know if you've had this explained already, but it's kind of like Pokemon.
Oh no, I didn't know that. What's it called again?
Fiduspawn.
Fiduspawn. This might be the first the first mention of Fiduspawn.
Yeah, it's like Tavros' big thing. He loves Fiduspawn. It's like a Pokemon, but a lot more real and violent.
Cooled it properly? Another injury on FFBF stream. I sprained my ankle. You burned yourself. Oh, did you actually sprain your ankle? That's horrifying. I think, what was it? Something happened on stream that was very exciting. And then they went to turn around and run back or something and sprain their ankle. I don't know. It was very surprising and scary. Feels like it's still burning. So I'm confused about the laser. Why there was how do you come in contact with a laser?
Yeah, I was wondering that as well because they were like, burn myself with a laser. Sitting around, just watching the stream, chilling out, and you just have a laser on him.
Just with my laser, just doing some laser things. You're supposed to resemble a certain thing, it's supposed to resemble a certain thing, which is a bit less easy to draw in other styles. It's a little more complicated and biologically rigorous than Pokemon, though, and therefore summoning your creature friend warrior is a slower process. You have to factor gestation time into your battle strategy. I bought a
Yeah.
military strength laser accidentally.
Accidentally bought a
I
laser.
wanted a cat toy. I have so many questions. I don't think any of them could
Yeah.
have answers. But I do like this thing on the next page that looks like a face hugger from like a.
Yeah, that is true.
It's cute.
Facehugger Monokuma mix.
It's adorable. Oh yeah, this one looks. Actually, it's funny, Monokuma. So I really actually really like the Danganronpa games, and I
Yes.
got really into them for. I think I played the first two. I haven't played the third one yet, but my son really likes Monokuma. And I'm like, no, you're
Oh,
not supposed to like it. He's bad. But like when he comes
yeah.
on screen and he does like like the way he talks, and you can't understand
Yeah.
because it's all in Japanese or whatever. But he just like thinks it's so, I don't know, he gets all interested and he like comes up and he's like, ah. I'm like, no, he's a bad guy. No.
Yeah, I did mention Danganronpa earlier in the stream when you were getting coffee. I did mention that I think My Hero and Danganronpa both have really lovable protagonists, and I live by that. Uh,
I could see that. Danganronpa, yeah, I don't know that I watched the anime, so I can't remember.
I haven't seen the anime for well, I watched like a couple episodes of the Trigger Happy Havoc animated
Mm.
version, but I'm mostly going off the games because I don't like the Monokuma voice actor. He made me go, mm.
Hmm. Yeah, I want to play, I think I have the third one on the, maybe I got it on the computer, like during a sale, and then there's the Ultra Despair Girls. I haven't
Oh,
played
I
that
want to play
yet,
that one.
but it looked good. I think I found like a Steam sale and it was like, I don't know, $6 or something. So I picked it up, but I haven't had the chance to get to it. But it's amazing. That series. I don't know. Those kind of series
Yeah.
are kind of like one of my like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like dark, but also
Mm-hmm.
it's not like too dark, so it doesn't feel like you don't feel guilty for liking
Yeah,
it.
it's not like gore porn or anything. It's just like
Yeah.
there was one show I watched that was, I don't know, a few seasons ago. I've had a really crazy year last year, so I kind of got out of the mix. Like I used to watch stuff as it came out per season, and there was one show I watched that was kind of like really ultra violent. It was this, fuck, what was it? King's Game. That's what it was, and it was like about these kids. But I love those kind of shows. Like it's about these kids who
Sounds
like
familiar.
they get a call, and or no, they all get a text to their phone, and they're like, you're now playing the King's Game. And what was it, like, if you somebody a lot of people died. It was like, if you don't follow the directions on the king's command that gets sent through, then you die. So whatever that is. So like whatever the king says for you to do, you have to do it, or something awful and like horrifying happens to you, and it like slowly kills
Oh,
off
that's
all
so
these kids
dark.
in the classroom. Yeah. Yeah, but those are a little bit more like, I feel like the equivalent of like if you're watching like a normal movie, like those are more of the equivalent of like a generic horror movie type of thing
Yeah.
where you're either into it or you're not. But like Danganronpa has that cool kind of like twist to it where it's a little bit, the characters are more, it's more character
Yeah.
based than something like that. Like all the characters are very unique and likable and interesting,
Yeah, and they
and
talk about hope so much that it makes you feel happy. It makes you go,
yeah,
okay,
it's
a
got
little
a
more
good twist.
serotonin.
Yeah, it's got, I love that. I love that. I read its manga. There's certain anime that seems like the Homestuck fandom collective gets interested in for a certain period, then moves on. It's like having phases on stuff, but the whole fandom of this one main thing.
Yeah.
There was a fandom Danganronpa phase. I'm scared of Danganronpa because of its fandom. To be fair, so there were like a lot of things I was scared of because of their fandom, and then
Yeah.
I kind of, I don't know. I feel like I eventually got to a point where I was like, fuck it. Like, Naruto is a good example. Like, the Naruto fandom, I was always like, whoa, super intense. And so I'd never really watched any of it. And then I was married to this guy for a while who was really into Naruto, and he was pretty normal. And he was like, no, you actually got to watch it. It's really good. And so I watched a ton of Naruto, and I was like, holy shit, this is really good. And I don't know, I just got to a point where like certain things, like if you get deep into a fandom enough, every fandom's terrible. Like,
Yeah,
like
I agree.
yeah, like everyone at their extreme is dreadful. Whether
I've
it's
yet to find a
music or
fandom that is a good fandom.
no, there's like it's good and bad in everyone. It's just the bad ones are so
Yeah,
noisy. Like even when you're getting into like
yeah, I
new
agree.
music, same thing.
I
There's
think
like
that
yeah.
no fandom is perfect, is what I was. Um,
No, yeah. Oh, we met Tavros now. Yes, we officially met Tavros now. We haven't yeah. But Homestuck is like that too. Like Homestuck at like the surface level, you might be like, "Whoa,
yeah,
what is with this fandom? They are intense." But like honestly, Homestuck has become like my favorite fandom on for
yeah,
fans for sure. Like the Homestuck community is just so unique and passionate and like excited and engaged um and committed and like hardcore that it's just like it's very I feel it's real I love everything that we do that has to do with Homestuck. It's just like it's fun.
yeah.
It's really rewarding.
I agree. Yeah, I think that the Homestuck fandom has actually gotten a lot better lately, especially because I think it's because it's died down a lot and now it's starting to revive a little bit.
Mhm.
And it's kind of died down a lot. I do remember the last con I went to. I think there's like a lot of stigma around Homestuck fans because the last con I went to, the Homestucks were banned. Like if you were in a
What?
Homestuck cosplay, you were banned from the second floor.
What?
Uh,
That's just
Immediately because the Homestucks decided there was a one John cosplayer, and a bunch of troll cosplayers, and the trolls all kind of circled around this John and started yelling like sacrifice, and people were complaining about it, and they were
ooh.
banned from the second floor, which that was a very interesting thing to happen at a convention.
That is weird. But
Yeah, that
banning
was
a
a
whole
very
group of I mean,
yeah, I
that's
think that's kind of crazy because it's like I think that I don't know, it's crazy. Homestuck's Wild
that's
Night Cons. I agree. I think somebody had to make a post a couple of years ago where when the fandom was really active, a couple of years ago, someone had to like call out Terezi cosplayers for like going up and licking strangers because like that's
no.
yeah, like absolutely not. You can't just do
Oh
that.
God.
Like yeah, that one girl. I forgot. That. She like got into like a hotel bathtub and dyed her skin with a vodka and Sharpie.
Oh, that sounds really dangerous. Vodka?
Yeah,
Like I feel
God,
like
it was
ooh, I also thought it was because of the paint. Oh, I did hear that too, that sometimes like people were just so covered in the gray paint that
yeah,
they were just like making a mess everywhere they went because they weren't like doing it necessarily the right way and it was coming off on everything.
yeah, definitely. Especially if you don't like set the makeup. Oh,
Spit
it's a whole
bucket? The Gamzee's spit.
spit bucket. I don't want to know about a spit
Uh,
bucket. I have not heard this story.
had to go
I
there.
don't want to know.
The sheer amount of people was a problem. Oh, remember a Jake cosplayer that was shitting on? Wait, what? No way.
Wait a
Wait, like
minute.
literally or like just being mean? Fucked up the hotel room they were in. Spit bucket. Isn't it on YouTube? I never want to see the spit bucket. What is the spit
No,
bucket?
I don't want to know what the spit bucket is.
And
Do you
now
know
I'm like,
like
what? Oh, just me.
Homestuck in relation to buckets? Do you know anything about that?
No.
I'm
What?
not spoiling it, but just know buckets.
Buckets.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Spit bucket is not a happy thing to hear.
Is it like
Um,
everyone's spitting? Google Homestuck spit bucket. Oh God, I'm gonna do it. It's you get me Twitch banned. Homestuck.
um, if it's on YouTube, I don't think it'll get you Twitch banned.
Let me try
Because
YouTube.
YouTube allows it to be up there.
Let's try this. Homestuck spit.
Somebody said that they thought it was on YouTube anyway.
A bunch of people at a restaurant spit in a bucket. Oh heavens.
Are they Homestuck?
Okay, I'm good. One, go.
Oh no. Why are they spit? Ew! Why are they spitting in it?
No, I mean it's visual.
Ew. Oh.
Are you actually watching the video currently? Because
Let's get
the
forward.
stream is behind for me, so I can't see
Oh
it.
yeah, I have it up and they're just. passing around spitting.
I
And
don't
those-
like that.
Ew, and they're
Oh my
licking
gosh.
the
I was about to
cups.
say that. I was like,
Why they be doing that though? For why?
Yay. No, wait. Oh, shit. I'm not looking at it. I'm gagging. To be honest, there was piracy. I certainly won't. I don't want to look. You had a brief intro to buckets. Yeah, I do feel like a bucket thing came up very briefly. This is one of the fandom was at its worst.
God. So buckets are like troll condoms, but like sort of.
No. What?
that's all, that's all I'm gonna say.
Now I'm like even more confused. Again, the more I learn about Homestuck, the less I understand about Homestuck. I'm glad we were all past that now.
We're all past that now.
I
remember when the new bucket jokes like nobody's business, and it was really annoying.
Trolls use buckets to reproduce. I love how low girls is always just like every time I come up with something, I'm like, what the fuck? They're always like, just breed. I'm like, no, I need to understand.
Also, very amazing use of the lull emote. I love that emote.
They're related to troll. I don't even want to think about troll reproduction. Ugh.
Just putting that in there.
There was one time Target cosplayer had to be sent to the hospital for being pelted with metal buckets. What?
That's awful. I hate.
Oh my god.
See, like I think that a lot of the stigma is kind of like understandable because
you did it to yourselves. You've done it to yourselves.
Yeah. I'm glad we've calmed down now.
Yeah, you've all gotten to about ages 20 and up, and everyone's chilled out, and all the YouTube archives will live in infamy. You'll find out about it later. I'm actually really happy that when I was a teenager, there was no YouTube. And so like all the stupid shit that I did was on like tape, like camcorder tapes that have been lost to time. And like I just can't imagine having old cringy videos like that of me floating around on the internet forever. I don't, because there would have been
the fact that an old YouTube account that I don't have the password for anymore, somewhere out there's a video of me 10 years old holding up a box of a Monster High doll and me just telling the people in the camera, I bought this, look at it, I bought it, and not giving any other reason for making this video.
Oh my
God. Very pointless. And for some reason it's on YouTube, and my sister for some reason has it like saved in a playlist, so she likes to bring it up, but I don't have the password to the account, so I can't get rid of it.
Oh my god. That's amazing. I've been on enough streams where streamers enforce a strict non-spoilers policy and yet ask themselves rhetorical questions. Also, thank Rev's Dreams for just bread. Yeah, when I ask questions knowing that I don't want spoilers, but if there's non-spoilery clarification that I'm not understanding, or things that aren't spoilery but they're just kind of like world building that I may not really know about later, I welcome those because a lot of the time,
and even possibly like stuff you may have missed
exactly,
in previous,
which is probably fucking tons. People are like, oh, we already went over that, and I'm like, wait, did we? Cool. Let's get these last few minutes in here with this Monokuma. Oh, it is like a face hugger. Oh, I love it. I have a face hugger tattooed on my neck. So I'm particularly fond of these little guys. So I'm into this. Oh, there he goes. Yeah. He's impregnated him. Oh God. This is my arc right here, guys. This is my arc.
You're emerging.
This is me right now. This is me. Oh my God, it's me. I love it. This is our next plush on 4Fans.
Yes, please. Yes.
I freaking wish.
Goodbye. Horseroni, I choose you. Tavros command faithful steed. God, it's so... With the brooding whinny, Horseroni shuffles his mighty hooves and makes short work of the Fidu sucker, boosting his vitals. Horseroni is now primed and raring for battle. Look out, Tinkerbull. Tavros, Horseroni, Spawn Tech, Slumber Buddies. God, it's such a gross looking animal. You use your awesome bestial communion abilities and bend the ferocious stallion to your whim. Tinkerbell can't stand the suspense. Nap time! Everybody wins. Horseroni
Oh.
gains a bunch of levels. In no time, he will be ready to breed, and you can put him out to stud. You didn't hear what I just said. That did not happen.
What?
I actually said breed you. That's not.
Breed you?
Absolutely not. Yeah. Tavros, no. Good game, everybody. That was a lot of fun. Time to do some other stuff, you guess. Tavros, roll up your ramp. This is how you get up to your Recuperacoon when it's time to rest. It's kind of a production getting in and out. Tavros, hop in. You can't fit all the way in because of your huge. It makes it hard to get any solid shut-eye. Oh great, now you're covered in slime. Why did you do this? You're going to have to change your clothes. There goes another solid hour down the tubes. Aw, damn, and there goes your four-wheel device down the ramp. That happens a lot. Tavros, take Lance. This poor boy. After a major cleanup rigmarole and a lot of crawling around your respite block, you equip your jousting lance. And elsewhere. You like to practice your jousting outside. One day you hope to prove yourself worthy of recruitment into the halls of the dreaded Imperial Cavalreapers. Assuming you are not slated for culling first on account of your disability, or really any other arbitrary reason. Tavros, admire posters. There are his Pupa Pan posters. Absolute nerd. You wheel over to your favorite poster featuring Pupa Pan. It's your favorite thing. You have always fantasized that one day, intrepid young Pupa would come and take you away, and together you would fly to a beautiful paradise planet of legend. That has all sorts of fanciful stuff like pirates, treasure, and a cruel villain with a missing arm and a missing eye, and these weird aliens called Indians. You have left your window open since you were very young, just in case Pupa stopped by one night and decided to splash a pinch of special stardust in your face. You have had this interest far prior to your accident. Being paralyzed isn't what made you want to be able to fly. That would be dumb and would make no sense. Being paralyzed does sort of make you want to be able to walk, though. Way in the future. Ah, yes. Over the course of your long journey, at one point you were fitted with a cool pair of robo-legs. The guy who likes to build robots built them for you. But then, he does like to break them more than he likes to build them. It's usually why he builds them in the first place. Occasionally, though, he will allow philanthropy to override misanthropy. Misanthropy. I don't know how to say it. Yeah, You were lucky enough to have a friend who didn't mind getting her hands dirty on account of your best interest. A friend with a chainsaw.
Oh no.
The guy who likes to build robots just stood there and watched. It would always make everyone uncomfortable whenever he would just stand there and watch. And way back again. But before that, you had to scoot around in your wheel device throughout the various worlds of the medium and endure all sorts of follies related to your disability, which on account of their great plurality and marginal relevance, we will not get to see just as well. Wow, look what happens when you space out and contemplate the future like that. The messages start piling up.
All right.
Tavros, deal with AG.
We'll have to save here. Normally I wouldn't cut it like 2 minutes short, but I have a
Okay.
I have a 12. I saw my reminder pop up and I was like, oh my god, I also have a 12 p.m. Meeting. So I have like a meeting going into
That's
this
fine.
and a meeting right at 12. So we'll just
Yeah, and it's also a pester log, which are really long usually.
yeah, that was the thing. I was like, oh, and I think it's a Gamzee pester log, which means that I think tomorrow I'm streaming with Marcus, and I was like, oh, that'd be a good one to start on with Marcus, since that's kind of why I'm having him
Yeah.
on again. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Andromeda, for joining today. It was super fun. I'm gonna really
Yeah, I had a
miss
good time.
your voices. You are. I'm really glad it synced up like perfectly, and you got to do so much
Yeah.
Terezi. That's awesome.
I was very happy about that
And
as
your
well.
Solix, which is perfect.
Yeah, I've only done a Solix voice once, and it was
Oh, you did
very
awesome.
yucky, but
No,
I'm
I loved
glad.
it.
Thank you.
Cool.
I actually really liked your Aradia voice bit.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I like her. I'm interested to hear more about Aradia. We've met a lot of characters so far, and tomorrow's Friday, right? Tomorrow's Friday. Yes.
Yeah, tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah, so we're gonna mock us back on for hopefully some Gamzee action. I know that's his
Oh, I'm excited for
favorite.
that.
Yeah, so tomorrow 10 a.m. Oh, you're my favorite Aradia, Cassie. You're my favorite Aradia, Red Mage. Yeah, thanks for everyone for showing up. And hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow. And feel free to go to our Tumblr. You can follow Andromeda on, I think I have 3 of her social things up there. So feel free to check that out. And I will see everyone back tomorrow. Andromeda, if you want to just hang back for a second, and I will go ahead and stop the stream. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.
Awesome.
Bye.